All right. Report this weekend, Ian Rappaport, that Texans running back Joe Mixon, who is on the non-football injury list, is expected to be out an extended period of time with a frustrating foot injury. Sources say he could be out for the entire preseason, is what sources are saying. So that became very serious. We wondered. We have not seen him since any kind of offseason program has started. And that is your lead back, and it makes the Nick Chubb signing even bigger. But this was Demeco today. Demeco Ryans, the head coach, addressing the Joe Mixon reports.
Yeah, nothing's changed with Joe. Joe is still working, in the background. I know we get reports about Joe. Nothing's changed. He's still working. Whenever it's time for Joe to be back, he'll be back. Right? I know a lot of people want to report a lot of things about guys with injuries. My thing is are you really concerned about our guys? Are you really just trying to get something? I always put my players' health and safety first and foremost. So I care about the guys, so you guys don't hear me talking a lot about injuries because that's their personal information. Guys are working through that, and there's nothing to report or get in an uproar about. Like, our guys are working, and it's always sensitive to me because I've been there. I've went through that. So it's not just to report something. Like, I want people here who truly care about our guys. I care about our guys and what they're doing throughout their process, and it'll continue to be that way.
All right, that was Demeco Ryans, Clinton. He wow, okay. He let it be known there he was not happy with the reports. My question is, are they wrong? Like, are they inaccurate?
Yeah, that was an interesting spiel to me. I want people here that care about the team, and like, it's not the media's job to care about your guy about the guys. It's the media's job to be the mouthpiece and to keep people informed and to
report what they find out
and to report what the hell's going on, kind of deal. And so that was interesting to me. I mean, it sounded to me, we talking about it when I heard it the first time. It sounds like he's talking specifically to somebody. It's not. I mean, to everybody out there isn't asking questions, trying to be the first one to announce some level of injury or something. I don't know if it were Ian Rappaport or it was Adam Schefter or one of those guys. If it were, then I mean, I'm curious why that the local media caught the brunt of that one. But if it's the same question that he hears, it seems like a lot of the questioning from the media a lot of the times is there's already a story in place, and I'm just trying to get a quote from the head coach to plug into my story. And I could see where that would get old for him. But it seems like there's a little bit of that, as well as the not wanting or not being happy with the details of injuries getting out. Because if you remember correctly, they beat around the bush before the C.J. Stroud thing ended up coming out. They beat around the bush before this Joe Mixon thing comes out. And I've always said it, Ron. Like, if you, quote unquote, beat around the bush in 2024, 2025, I guess it is, like, people are going to find out. There's sources, there's agents, there's people that are talking. Like, if you want to control the narrative, go ahead and get out there in front of it and be the one that puts the truth out there instead of getting mad when people report on something that may or may not be true.
Yeah, listen, I hope he's all right. We'll see. I mean, at least from the reports of people that usually are in the know and what they're reporting, Clint, this seems like he could be out for long stretches. This seems like he could be out for, as they said, maybe the entire preseason, which means right up into the regular season. And then, Clint, that means will he actually be ready for the regular season with all that? It sounds like this could be a significant issue potentially early if he indeed is going to be out for that long a stretch.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, it's a problem for the Texans. I mean, you go from talking about a 1-2 punch with Joe Mixon being the tip of that spear and Nick Chubb, depending on what Nick Chubb you get, being the counter punch. And the thought is boy, the I guess the X factor out there or the wild card out there is, boy, how good can Nick Chubb be? Is it old Nick Chubb? Is it 75% of the old Nick Chubb, and then how does that work with a 1-2 punch in Houston? And now all of a sudden the dynamic is, well, if Joe Mixon is hurt, and to any degree he's going to miss a huge chunk of training camp, which is what it sounds like, you're one Nick Chubb injury away from, guess what? Dare Ogunbowale.
Yeah.
Guess what? British Brooks, Jawad Jordan. I mean, there's
or Woody Marks.
Yeah, Woody Marks could jump in there. I mean, we're back to square one in a sense of, boy, that damn trusty Ogunbowale is all of a sudden the running back again. This is a problem in Houston, no doubt about it.
Yeah, because right now, the Dameon Pierce situation, he has not practiced and been back yet, which brings him into the fold. So, now, right, Clint, even with the numbers, and I'm sure they can work this out, but they're going to potentially, depending on how this heals. Now, as Demeco said, nothing's changed, and maybe there isn't going to be that much of a difference, and he's on track or off, and he's back quicker than that. But it does feel like I don't know that you can get rid of any of these guys if Joe Mixon potentially isn't ready week one, and if you're going to miss the bulk of the training camp and maybe all of preseason, then I think it's at the very least up for debate if you're going to be ready for the regular season against the Rams. And if that's the case, right, it feels like they got to probably keep almost all these guys. And I think somewhere between Dare, Woody, Pierce, Chubb, Mix, like all of them, they weren't going to keep 5 backs. So this may potentially, look at their numbers as well because of this injury and not knowing how long it may be.
Well, here's the beauty of it is really it's the double-edged sword of Nick Chubb here, Ron, because Nick Chubb's going to factor in a major way. If this is we're going to miss the bulk of camp, we're talking about a lower leg injury. We're talking about a ramp-up period that's going to be necessary. This is a serious deal for the Houston Texans with Joe Mixon missing, the way that he's missing, the time that he's missing, the fact that they're installing an offense. This is a major issue. Now, it's a double-edged sword with Nick Chubb, though, right? You got no Joe Mixon, so everybody, the eyes are squarely on Nick Chubb. Now, yes, he is injury-prone, so to speak, or he is coming off of an injury. The flip side of that is, Demeco talked about it today, Ron, is this guy is a pass protection. When it comes to installing an offense and listening, retaining, and applying an offense, Nick Chubb has got that licked, right? So you do have a positive situation there. You would just rather that be the counterpunch and not relied so heavily upon.
No, Nick Chubb, maybe staring at it, Nick Chubb may have to be, especially, Clint, if they're looking to try to really be a run team and run the football, Nick Chubb may potentially have to be called on to play starter caliber reps. At the very least, like you would think, Joe's not going to be full regular workload. You remember last year, Joe Mixon carried the ball 30 times in week one.
Ron, I will be shocked if week one Chubb isn't depended on with RB1 as being RB1.
I would think right now.
Yeah.
The way the reports are, I would think.
Because this isn't just a comeback and everything's fine. Now this is an NFL running back that's up in age a little bit that runs a certain style that's going to need to be ramped up. It's an issue.
Yeah, he's not going to have suited up for a while since last year.